Differential racialization is a theory that various racial groups in the United States, including blacks, Hispanics, Asians, and Native Americans, have been racialized in different ways in response to the different needs of the dominant majority group. For example, during slavery, narratives, songs, and stories about blacks were positive and reassuring. Blacks were satisfied with their lives and had little problem serving whites. After liberation, however, blacks were often portrayed as threats, and social stigma surrounding them changed. Writers, cartoonists, and filmmakers depicted blacks as violent, frightening people, which helped justify the cruel treatment that they received. The reading also provides us with a few examples of differential racialization. Here's one involving Muslims. In one era, Muslims are our somewhat exotic neighbors who go to mosques and pray several times of the day. Harmless but odd. A few years later, they emerge as security threats. Popular images and stereotypes of various minority groups shift over time as well. In one age, Middle Eastern people are exotic, fantasized figures wearing veils, wielding curved swords, and summoning genies from lamps. Later, after circumstances change, they emerge as fanatical, religiously crazed terrorists hell-bent on destroying America and killing innocent civilians. One way the legal system embraces the notion of whiteness would be the unbalanced prison population and sentences. According to the article on EJI.org titled Race and the Criminal Justice System, of the 2.3 million Americans in prison today, 70% are non-white. The average American has a 1 in 20 chance of being in prison at some point in their lives. The numbers for people of color are far more staggering. Latino males have a 1 in 6 odds of being in prison, and for blacks the number is 1 in 3. Non-violent black or Latino offenders will often serve a higher prison sentence for the same crime as their white counterpart. A study conducted in New Jersey documenting traffic stops found that 72% of drivers stopped and arrested were black, while only 14% of all cars in New Jersey had a black occupant. These types of law enforcement policies result in blacks acquiring criminal records at a faster pace than whites. One example of whiteness I see in sports today would be NFL fans' reactions to players kneeling during the national anthem as a form of silent protest. Colin Kaepernick has been criticized for using his platform to protest police brutality, to the dismay of a lot of usually white fans. These fans believe that politics should be far removed from sports. Jim Garrity of National Review recently posted a piece titled, "I Just Want to Enjoy the Game." Garrity claims that Kaepernick's protest of kneeling during the national anthem affects his ability to enjoy the game. In the article, Garrity states, "Nobody watches sports because they want to raise their level of social awareness. Nobody tunes into Monday night consciousness raising. Most sports fans are perfectly aware of the world's problems. They are much more likely to encounter these problems in their daily lives than any of these well-paid, famous players on the field. I can't speak for all of them, but I think their mentality isn't too far from mine." End quote. This shut up and play mentality from fans is a perfect example of whiteness in sports today. Athletes are more than just athletes. They are social activists who have a huge following and are using their platform to raise awareness on issues that concern them and also affect them.